Hello everyone, good morning to all of you. Previous class in structural mechanics, I have given this T section problem to calculate the moment of inertia about x-axis and y-axis through its center of gravity. Means you have to calculate moment of inertia about x-axis and moment of inertia about y-axis. In this case, some students have calculated, but many of them did not calculate this. So this one I want to solve, and this will be my last lecture of first chapter of structural mechanics. The first chapter will be over after this problem. So before starting problem, I always told to divide the whole area into some subsectional area. Suppose this area I have divided into two parts. One is at the top, that is flange area, this is wave area. Okay, this one is called flange, this one is called wave. Remember this word, flange and wave. So I already told, if it is symmetrical about some axis, then it is easier to calculate. That may be centroid or center of gravity or moment of inertia. It is easier to calculate. Suppose you can see this is y axis and this is suppose x axis. So you can all see the section is symmetrical about y axis. Symmetrical means what? If we divide the total area into some two equal halves, then that is called symmetrical axis. So y is our symmetrical axis, because if I cut it here, it will divide into two equal halves. But if we will cut the section through x axis, then it will not cut the area into two equal halves. So better to calculate first MYY, because it is easier, because it is symmetrical axis. So first I want to calculate MYY. So MYY, if I have divided the section into two halves, so calculate the two values of MI YY2, then add both the value. So here you can see MI YY1 means this area. You can all see this is a rectangular section. So in rectangular section, our moment of inertia formula is BdQ by 12. So in this section about YY axis, the base is what, 50 or 150? The base will be 50, because it is about YY axis. So base will be a 50. So 50 into what is height? About this, imagine about YY axis. So this is base, this is height. So 50 into 150 cube by 12. Whatever answer it will give, calculate this, and y/2 will be about this. So base will be 150, height will be 50. So 150 into 50 whole cube by 12. So this one value will come. So add all the two values, then you get your answer MYY. So this is a simple problem for calculating MYY, because it is symmetrical. So you can directly put the formula. If it is rectangle, BDQ by 12. If it is triangle, BHQ by 36. If it is circle, pi d4 by 64. Remember all the formula. So you have to remember one thing only. If you are calculating YY axis, so this will be your base. This will be your base, not this one. If you are calculating about x axis, then it will be base. It will be base. But you have to take careful the values while calculating the moment of inertia. So this is about YY axis moment of inertia. Now we'll move to MYXX. Okay. So after that, I hope you all can calculate all the moment of inertia centroid values for every section. So hope you will clear. Next, I will calculate MYXX. This is much more important. Listen carefully. How to calculate MYXX. In the same case, here also I will add two section MIXX, MIXX1, MIXX2. So first I will to calculate MIXX1. So write it here MIXX1. So I already told if you want to calculate in some axis you have to put your parallel axis theorem. So according to parallel axis theorem, the moment of inertia of any axis is equal to moment of inertia about center of gravity plus area of that section into h square. So we have to calculate three values for calculating MIXX1. Like this we will calculate MIXX2. So MI moment of inertia about center of gravity 1. How to calculate? It is a rectangular section. Put the values only. As it is about x-axis, the base will be our 150. So here 150 into 50 whole cube by 12. This is our moment of inertia about centroidal axis. So now what is the area of that section? It is a rectangle, B into D, 150 into 50. So 150 into 50. The most important thing I already told for calculating H1. Now the question is how to find H1. I already told for calculating this H value, H means what? Center of gravity of that area to the axis where it should be calculated. But I want to remember here, I did not calculate the centroidal axis distance. So how will you know where the centroid lies? Here I just take one imaginary x-axis, but I did not know this distance. So this distance you have to calculate. So suppose this distance is y bar. So how to calculate y bar? Remember my previous lecture. Y bar can be calculated by using the formula A1 Y1 plus A2 Y2 by A1 plus A2. That is the question. So I keep the problem here only. Now I want to calculate y bar. So y bar equal to A1 Y1 plus A2 Y2 by A1 plus A2. So what is A1 here? A1 means 150 into 50 into y1. Y1 means central distance to these two axes of reference. This is our, the bottom axis will be our axis of reference. So this much distance will be here 150, here half. 150 plus 25, that is 175. I am writing here in bracket 150 plus 25. Okay, plus this is one term. A2 means 150 50, same thing. 150 into 50 into y2 means this distance 150 by 2. This is one term by total area means 150 into 50 plus 150 into 50. Okay. If you will calculate this value, this will come around 125 mm. So this is your centroidal distance. So here I can write this is 125 mm. Total is 150, but central distance is 125 mm. So now we calculated y bar. Now you can calculate your h1. How to calculate h1? Here I am writing h1 means I already told the centroidal distance of that area to the central axis where it should be calculated. Means here we are calculating moment of inertia from this axis to our central axis of that area. Here central axis lies 25. So 25 plus this much. This will be our h1. So h1 means, again I am repeating, h1 means central axis of that area. Means here central axis means half of that 25 to the axis where it should be calculated. तो हम जहां कैलकुलेट करेंगे जो एक्सिस में, वो एक्सिस से वो एरिया जहां पे हम सेंट्रल डिस्टेंस लेंगे. तो यहाँ पे सेंट्रल डिस्टेंस कहाँ है 25 कैलकुलेट करेंगे यहाँ पे, तो यहाँ से यहाँ तक. तो ये हो गया 25, ये हो गया कितना टोटल 150 है, ये 125 है, तो ये हो जाएगा 25 mm. तो here 25, here 25, so total will be our 50 mm. 25 plus 25, it should be 50 mm. So h1 will be 50. Put it 50 and calculate the value mi x1. Here 50% of your problem is over because you calculated mi xx1. Now the only question is to calculate mi xx2. Now we will calculate this and we will add both the term, then our problem will be over. So I am rough this one. Always I am telling, while I am writing you also practice, don't only look into the video. So now the next part, that is mi xx2. Same process I will repeat. Hope you are able to calculate this now, because number of problem we have solved. Moment of inertia about central axis into a2 into h2 square. So moment of inertia about central axis of section 2 means b2 by 12, because it is also a rectangular section. B is this one, height is this one. So 50 into 150 cube by 12 plus a2. a2 means 50 into 150. Now the question is h2 square. How to calculate h2? Everyone can tell. Again I am repeating, h means the central axis of that area to the axis where it should be calculated. So we are dealing with now section 2. For the section 2, our central axis will be half of this 150 by 2, how much? 75, and the central axis of 2 where it should be calculated, mean up to xx axis. So 150 by 2, suppose 75 mm minus our 25 mm, because suppose here we are lying the axis, suppose 75, means the area of central of the where we are taking. Total is 150, so half will be 75, and our central axis where it should be calculated, this is xx axis. Don't get confused, it is xx axis. Total is 75 minus 25, so it will be 50 mm. So 75 minus 25, it should be 50 mm. So put the value here, 50 whole square. Here also 50. h1 is 50 and h2 is also 50. Here I am writing here. If you are getting confused again in h2 and h1, you can contact me, and after putting all the values you can get mi xx2 also. Now add both the term 1 and 2, here 1, here 2, then you will get your answer mi xx. mi yy I already calculated, so this problem will be over. So Whoever sent me the answers, most of them just put their books and write down the answers. You should not you should not do like this, because if you are doing now this in exam, you cannot do, because it is a difficult problem. So don't copy just from the book. Try to understand. Structural mechanics is much more important for your civil branch, and it is also a little bit difficult. So kindly concentrate on this subject. So after this solving this problem, I wind up my lecture and I finished my first chapter of structural mechanics, the review of basic concept. So next my lecture will be on geotechnical engineering. My another subject I am taking in your semester, geotechnical engineering. I will give my lecture, next 2-3 lecture, then we will move to again structural mechanics. So this much for today. Hope this chapter will be clear to everyone. So next I will teach you geotechnical engineering next lecture. Till then, bye. Thank you.